Ciao Juventini of the world, I hope you are doing well. Today, when you will see the video, we will play Benevento versus Juventus, a game that apparently should be quite easy for Juventus to take the 3 points, but we have a surprise because Pirlo surprised us. He didn't call up Ronaldo. He will be home resting. He will be a supporter like you, like me, like Mo. Ciao Mo, how are you doing?
Ciao Giuseppe, I'm doing great. Thanks. I'm ready for the game.
You have put Pirlo in big difficulties, my man, because if it was not for Morata entering and scoring that 92nd minute goal, we would have draw 1-1 versus Ferencváros. He was not able to follow the videos on the channel.
I know.
A lot of people were asking, we need the tactics of Mo, otherwise we will lose. So we were really near to it. Happy that you are back. Happy that you are back.
I apologize for that. I had to work a lot this week, so it was impossible. But we're ready for this one, and we're going to prepare for the next ones as well, as early as possible.
As I say always on the channel, guys, we are doing it for fun. It's fun. We are trying to entertain, to inform. It's a lot of hard work. And sometimes with life, you have also families, you have work. And these things are the priorities. Then Juventus is a passion, is a love, is something that we do all the empty moments of our lives. And we try to dedicate a lot of time, and we do it with love. So I would ask to all the people on the channel, if you like the job of Mo, if you like what you are doing on the channel, put a maximum of like. And we start immediately with our El Tactico video. I really love those channels. What we do is we go to the expected 11, then we do the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and we finish with a prediction time. So you prepared a beautiful history pick. I watched it. I was looking for it, and I would like to have some information about the picture that you choose this time.
Absolutely. So I picked an interesting picture there. It's Pirlo passing the ball to Inzaghi, who's the Benevento coach, Filippo Inzaghi, and he scored in the final against Liverpool with his hand. So that's also a tribute to Maradona. And my condolences to his family. So this is the way to remember Pirlo, Inzaghi playing together. They're very good friends, and Maradona as well. A tribute to Maradona.
I really appreciate, and I'm really happy that you say it as well. I talked about it this morning in the morning video. I dedicated a lot of time to probably the best player ever. For me, I always say it's a bit the definition of football, so it's quite nice. And also Pirlo versus Pippo Inzaghi, best friends, one against each other. It will be really funny to see. Expected 11 more? No, first the rankings. Where are they? Where are we?
Yeah. So we're getting better. We're still 4 points away from AC Milan. This is one thing we need to fix, but we're getting better. We won last game. We need to have more wins in December. This is really important. We need to win all the games, specifically games like against Benevento. We cannot drop points because it's really tight. You have Inter Milan there. I didn't show the rest, but it's only a few points between probably 9th and the first, So it's a very, very tight championship this year.
And then Benevento.
They played well. They won against Fiorentina, but before that, they lost many games and also not against great teams. So they're not very consistent. They're not having a great time. But they try. They never give up. So it's not an easy team to play for sure.
No,
and it's going to be the second time we play against them at home.
And for the second time, Ronaldo didn't want to travel with them because the last time he didn't go there. Right? He didn't travel to Benevento. I don't know. Maybe it's Benevento. He doesn't like the name. I don't know. But every time we play versus Benevento in their home, Ronaldo said, "I don't come with you guys." So speaking about the fact that Ronaldo is not there, you made the lineups.
Yeah. So of course, all the lineups are out by Gazzetta and Sky, but this is my version of it. Bonucci will be back for sure. Quadrado, according to Agresti, will not play, and
Mm,
I believe that's correct. So I put Chiesa on the right, and I put Bernardeschi on the left.
mm.
I didn't put Kulusevski, I put Ramsey, and the reason why I didn't put Kulusevski is because we have two strikers on the field. We need someone on the bench if ever something happens.
Makes
So that's
sense.
why Kulusevski doesn't start for me.
Yeah.
And I put McKennie instead of Bentancur. Everyone put Bentancur. I put McKennie because he's going to bring more of that defensive part
Mm.
with Bernardeschi there and Chiesa, not having those defensive roles like Cuadrado had. So we need a little bit of strength.
Mm. I agree with the formation now, Arthur, McKennie, whatever. But if we play McKennie, I would love to. Why? Because it's important to play also the guy in his position a bit. Because the last time we didn't see him, we saw him out of position, suffering. I want to give him a bit of confidence again. But it makes sense. Makes totally sense for me. And then we have the Benevento Albero di Natale.
Yeah, exactly. The Christmas tree. You know, that's their typical formation 4-3-2-1,
Yeah.
which transform into a 4-3-3 when they attack. And then when they defend, it becomes like more of five defenders or even more. So you have a lot of players that sound familiar, like Lapadula, Glick, who used to play for Torino a while ago. You have Iago Falque, who's injured, but
Mm.
he used to be a Juventus youth as
Yeah.
well and played with Torino. He's on loan from there. And you have also Caprari, who's also on loan.
Yeah. And Letizia. Letizia is a name that you hear sometimes when you look at Serie A, you hear the name of Letizia. The funny thing is the Albero di Natale, the Christmas tree, is funny because this was really a golden period with Milan. Milan was playing that formation and having Pippo Inzaghi being the trainer of Benevento.
Yeah.
I understand where that comes from. Benevento, they have some strengths. You
Yes.
identify two different games, but always the same pattern. So
Yes. Absolutely. So for them, they're not gonna hold the ball a lot, but when they don't have the ball, they're gonna pressure very high.
mm,
And this is one of their biggest strength. It's a modern football that they're trying to implement, and this is exactly it. If you look at Importa there, he's putting pressure on the Fiorentina player who has no choice but to pass it behind. So Moncini tries to pressure as well. So the ball goes all the way to the keeper, and
yeah,
then you have Insigne also who's ready, just in case. That's not Lorenzo, by the way. That's his younger brother, Robert.
that scored versus Napoli. Yeah,
That scored versus Napoli, and his brother too scored. So
yeah,
they scored in the same game. So here the goalkeeper of Fiorentina tries to clear the ball, but Insigne is able to snatch it, and this is again because of the high pressure,
mm.
and he's able to go and pass it to Improta, who scores. So
It's
this
crazy. And
is very
when you
dangerous.
look back from actually nothing out of nowhere with the big pressure that the three are putting, and especially in Senior,
Yeah,
you see that they are really dangerous because here you say, okay, there is nothing dangerous, but thanks to the pressure that they are there immediately. And then you selected another game where they are doing the same.
yeah. So this is even more interesting because it was against Inter Milan.
Yeah.
They were already losing, I believe, 3-0 at that point. And look how many players are there. The ball is with Handanovic, and you have Caprari putting pressure, Dabo, Moncini, Ionitia there. So they're all there. Insigne, who's the striker, is not even like putting pressure. So you have Moncini, he goes all the way on Handanovic. So Handanovic prefers to play a short ball to Gagliardini. and then Gagliardini passes it to the side, and then it goes back to Handanovic, and Ionicia is there as well. So Handanovic has no choice but to pass the ball. Well, he could have shot a long ball, but he preferred to pass it, and he made a huge mistake. He passed it to Caprari, and Caprari scored.
That's a bit the new trend. The new trend of 2015, 2020, the last years, where we see that even goalkeepers, they are not kind of allowed to shoot the ball very far away. They have to build from the back, being the first actually defender that started
Yes.
thing. And we clearly see it also with Juventus. And we don't shoot the ball from the back, not the goalkeeper, not the defenders. We really try to build from there. So this is really dangerous and really smart from Pippo Inzaghi to ask to do that pressure, high pressure. What is actually making me a bit fearing and scaring is that when you say they are doing the same style, even when they lose 3-0, it's a team that never gives up. So
absolutely, absolutely. They have one style, they implement it. They go, they don't care they're playing against who, be it Inter, Napoli, Roma. It's always the same thing. They push. They push hard.
where can we beat them?
So defensively, they didn't do well because they lost a lot of games with high scores. So Roma, they lost 5-2. Inter, they lost 4-2, etc. So you can't score goals against them. Although their keeper is decent, not amazing, but decent. He does some nice saves. So here's an example with Napoli for their second goal. You see here the Napoli player. The way to beat them is you go on the sides, because if you look at the defense of Benevento, they're all on the same line and very condensed. So they leave a lot of space on the sides.
Yeah.
Now, this is good for them when other teams attack from the front, because they're there, they're able to block, they're one block there. But once you go on the sides, if you do long balls, they're tall, so they're able to take it out. But there is another way you can beat them. Here, you see the four players, the four defenders, they're still forming that line.
Yeah.
And they're going with the ball. So the ball went all the way to the line. So they're going there and they're leaving space behind them. And this is what Petagna there is doing. He's by himself and he's able to score. And they're all looking behind, like what's happening, And this is another example. Again, same thing. Look at the square. They're all there, right?
Yeah.
So again, you go on the side, Hakimi there, instead of going and advancing, he preferred to pass it all the way to Young, who's also by himself. And then Young is able to pass, again, the ball behind the defenders or in front of them. And you have Gagliardini there who's able to score.
It's actually
same reaction. They just look behind them because they're going with the ball.
It's exactly the same thing 2 times. You see it here, they cross from the side and then they pass it back, and then exactly the same here with Young. Incredible.
And during that game, actually, Inter scored 2 other goals. Same thing. Lukaku was standing there. Hakimi went all the way, passed the ball to the back, and got the score.
You told me also that they are quite big. So will we see a lot of crosses, or is it that's why we have like wingers like Bernardeschi and Chiesa that are able to go to the sides and then enter?
Exactly. So the best thing is to do is go on the side, go all the way, and then go back a bit, pass it behind, and find someone to shoot it. And this is where Ramsey also can be very interesting.
And then you have selected a danger, the threat, and it's this guy.
So that's Lapadula. Lapadula, back when he was playing with Pescara, they called him the Italian Vardy Uh, Everyone was impressed. He was scoring a lot. He then was associated with Juventus, of course. Everyone talked about him. Why did I pick him? Because even though he's not that great striker, everyone thought he can score goals.
Yeah,
So he
absolutely.
can be dangerous.
Well, he went to Milan then, and
That's
unfortunately, he
true.
didn't have the career that he deserved. Was a really bad season to Milan. Then he was trying to travel the Serie A, Serie B again, and then you see that now he is there with Benevento. Good reality for him, but that's also a message that I want to say. Sometimes we have like that one season phenomena that everyone wants, and then you see that actually it's not easy, yeah, to be consistent year after year after year. It's quite difficult.
Absolutely.
um
Absolutely.
Prediction time, more.
Oh boy. All right. So for this one, 3-1 Juve.
I don't believe we will concede a goal. We will be really really good tomorrow. The wall is there. Nobody passed the wall. He will be there. I'm happy with the lead.
Oh,
uh
for sure.
is
But
doing really great. No, tomorrow we don't concede.
yeah,
Uh,
okay.
what about Dybala? Because Dybala will have a big responsibility. Yeah? No Ronaldo.
Yeah,
People are doubting: is he fit? Not. Is he happy? Not. Because we saw on Corriere del Torino and La Stampa that he's still asking double his salary from 7.5 to 15. I know
yeah.
this is a little bit gossip and not really tactic, but according to you, we can expect a big game of Dybala tomorrow, or
For me, I think that contract thing is taking his mind away from his performance.
mm,
So this season he didn't perform well. I think he had in mind that by now he would have a new contract,
yeah.
and it didn't happen. His agent came and left and didn't meet with Juventus and all that. So there is a lot of friction there, and his mind is away, and this plays like a lot on his mentality. His mentality, unfortunately, is not very strong,
Mm.
and we've seen that many times. So when there's something that bothers him, he doesn't perform well. But again, I'm just gonna remind him that 2 years ago he had a hat trick against Benevento.
Oh,
We're waiting for that tomorrow.
I hope so. That's the best. I really want him. If he can score a hat trick, I'm sure we will see then the real Dybala back. That can be a real starting point for Dybala. I hope for the hat trick. Mo, thank you. As usual, I leave you. Guys, don't forget, you go on Twitter, you follow this man at Chahali. And don't forget, it was his birthday a few days ago. So don't forget, you go on Twitter, you say happy birthday to Mo because he deserves it. Thank you, Mo, again. Happy birthday
Thank you.
on the live.
Thank
I
you.
said it, I think, 25 times now. Now I will stop. But thank you for everything, Mo. Ciao,
Thank
guys.
you. Thanks a lot, Giuseppe. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you like this one. I apologize for not doing the Ferencváros game, but I'm gonna try my best to do all the other games. And uh, give me your comments. Send me. I'm reachable. And have a great weekend, guys. And happy Thanksgiving to the U.S. Viewers. Ciao.